All right, we're going live. Here we are. Hello, beginner empaths. We are here today with Christina Benz.
Hi.
Christina is going to chat with us about self-care because it is self-care September. Self-care September. So Christina Benz is a lover of fitness and nutrition, a mom of 2 amazing kids, and a wife to a retired naval chief. She has lived all over the country and currently resides in Eastern Pennsylvania. She is my neighbor over there, but we're meeting on Zoom. It's cool for the moment. She has inspired people on their fitness journeys professionally since 2015. From teaching to coaching and healing, she loves to help people find the best you that they can be, the best you that you can be. You sound like me. She meets people where they are in this moment and helps them find the strength hidden within. I added her favorite quote, or my favorite quote of hers, to her bio: "You can do all the hard things," because that is true. You can do all the hard things. So you can find Christina online at warriorrisingfitness.com. Welcome, Christina.
Thank you so much, Alicia, for having me today. Beautiful.
So we are going to chat about self-care. Tell us, what is self-care?
Self-care is time and things and goals spent on you. It's taking time, taking moments, little bits of time. Doesn't have to be huge, doesn't have to be involved, to just make sure that you put yourself first. I like to say that you can't pour from an empty cup. So if you don't fill yourself up first, you don't have anything left for anybody else. Whether it's your spouse, your kids, your friends, nobody, if you're not filling your own self up first.
That's right. So I think that's super important. For me, self-care sometimes looks like wasting half a day, like I have done this week for a couple of days. I have wasted half a day. So tell us what self-care looks like. Does it have to be expensive or time consuming?
It does not have to be expensive or time consuming. And lately it has gotten such a bad rap that self-care is selfish. And it's not. It's not selfish at all. It is so important for our mental, physical well-being to just take time. It can be something as simple as an extra 2 minutes in the shower to just breathe and feel the water. Several minutes to just sit quietly in a meditation. A quick walk outside. Let the sun hit your face. Just taking a deep breath. Of course, it's welcome to be those fun, extravagant things that sometimes we like to write off as, oh, it's my self-care day, which are great, but it doesn't have to be the expensive manicure and pedicure, the $300 haircut and hair dye. It doesn't have to be any of those things. Just taking those times to find things that work for you, things that are important to you and that help you be the best you that you can be. Maybe it's journaling for a few minutes every morning, waking up a couple minutes before the household gets loud, and at least getting in 3 sips of your coffee or tea before it gets cold. That can be self-care. It's just taking time and making sure that you do little things throughout your day, or at least throughout your week, to just make sure that it's about you.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about what self-care looks like for you. What are your favorite things? What do you like to do?
So my self-care routine has actually grown, and I started getting up before my kids a long time ago because it was the only time, with my husband gone so much, it was the only time I could find for me, especially when my kids were young. So I get up in the morning about 30 minutes before everybody else and make time to journal down 3 gratitudes in the morning, a little bit about a brain dump, what's just going on in my head, and if I had any fun dreams the night before that I can remember. I like to journal those. I also take time with, they're called bongers, and it's similar to tapping. So just pressure points and getting my lymph moving in the morning throughout my body, doing a oracle card draw just to center and start my day, and then a quick yoga practice with a little meditation. So my morning self-care, I'm sure for a lot of busy moms, dads, people in general, sounds like a lot, and it doesn't have to be all those things. Mine wasn't always all of those things. It just has compiled into, I need this 30 minutes for me, and this is how I want to spend it.
That's awesome. And 30 minutes, like that's not bad to spend on yourself per day. 30 minutes, that's very little. Um, sometimes you need hours of self-care just to put yourself, take yourself out of whatever it is that you're doing. If you've been really slow, or if you've been really busy, take yourself out of that situation and kind of do the opposite, to balance yourself a little bit. So you can spend as much or as little time on you as you need to, right?
Yes. And the big key is just getting over that initial thought in your brain. At least it's the initial thought I always had of a mom was, I need to spend all of my time focused on them, on the kids. And I would get burnt out. And that led me to screaming more than I wanted to scream, and snapping at them more than I wanted to snap, and not getting to spend those minutes when they were like, can you just play with me for a few minutes? And I was always like, no, sorry, I need to vacuum. I need to do this. I need to do that. Dinner needs to be made. To just slow down. And when I made that time for me in the morning, I found that I was calmer throughout the day. And now that they're older, sometimes self-care is a lot more. It might be a book on the couch for 3 hours in the afternoon while they're in school. And it's taken me a long time not to feel guilty for that. And the guilt's okay, and it's there. It's getting past it and working past it, and just to continue to move forward with it and let go of those self-limitations or the societal limitations that we put on ourselves, that we shouldn't do that. That, oh, you have time to take a 20-minute nap in the afternoon? That's how I get through my night, because I'm not getting through my night some days if I don't recharge for 20 minutes in the afternoon. And that's okay. It's an okay thing. It's an important thing.
So how do you recommend that people find what works for them? Like, I would normally recommend that you kind of get quiet with yourself and sit with your own energy. I'm a big fan of sitting with your own energy and just kind of feeling it. How would you recommend that people figure out what works for them?
It's trial and error. I tried things. I tried at night. I tried to make my self-care time at night, and learned that that doesn't work for me. I'm not a night person. I'm a morning person. So for somebody who is a night person, you might not want to wake up 30 minutes before your kids, because that sounds like torture. You would much rather put the kids to bed and then take 30 minutes at night. What I had found for myself through trial and error was trying to add things at the end of my day was adding more stress and frustration to me personally. But I didn't know it until I tried it. So a lot of it is trial and error. I know plenty of people, and myself, when I first started meditating, I hated it. I couldn't stand it. Like those minutes, if I were to take a yoga class and be in those last 10 minutes, I would be like, this is pointless. Why am I here? I have so many things I could be doing that are so much more productive of this. And I didn't even realize that when the instructor said that the Shavasana, the end of a yoga class where you meditate, is like dessert, I never understood her until I did. And I started to slow down myself, and I was realizing that was important. It was important for me. It was important for my kids and my family and my friends to be able to get a better version of me. So for me to sit with my energy, while now I can do that, me 10 years ago couldn't have done that. I wouldn't have been able to. So for me, it was more of a trial and error. Okay, I want to start oil pulling in the morning, where you swish some coconut oil in your mouth for a few minutes and then spit it out to help. It's supposed to help draw toxins. That was part of one of the very first things I started with my self-care routine. And it was just trial and error. I did it and loved it. I recommended it to friends who were like, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever done in my life. You do that to take care of yourself? And I said, yes, I love it. I love just to do it. And it just makes me not talk for 5 minutes. It makes me say when the kids run in, not right now, oil in my mouth. And they had to give me that time. But
I'm loving this.
It's a trial and error for me and for other people. It works great if you can sit and figure out what is going to bring you true happiness and what you feel your body needs and wants. Intuitively, it's amazing. And some days I'm there. And some days, even this morning, this morning didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. And I didn't make it through my whole meditation. And that's okay too. It's important to have that flexibility and that flowing
Be easy on yourself.
around the rocks that pop up every day in our lives.
That's right. You have to be easy on yourself.
And it's easier said than done, quite often, to be easy on ourselves. Especially as women, we have tendency to have a lot of compassion for other people, and we're very hard on ourselves.
Yes, I talked about that the other day live in this group, about putting the filter on your brain, because you are a nice person. You are kind to other people. So stop stop saying things to yourself that you would not say to other
Yes.
people, right? Treat
Yes,
yourself
ma'am.
like you treat other people.
At least
So,
a vast majority of the time.
yeah, I mean, yeah, do your best.
Yes.
And always know it's okay to have down days and bad times and really horrible moments where you hate your life. That's okay too.
That's okay.
I want to say hi to Amanda, who's watching. Thank you, Amanda, for watching. She commented and said, I love how I got this notification and tuned in right at 1:11. Yes.
Yay!
Yay, the number. Self-care is definitely something I need to do and be consistent with. Well, thank you. Thank you for commenting and thank you for watching. Self-care, it's hard in the beginning. And like you said, Christina, your self-care routine was small at first, and then you've built it, and now it's, it looks a lot bigger and you're more comfortable doing it throughout the day and not just in the morning. But that's not where you start, right?
No.
You start with one little thing. We start with swishing oil around your mouth, which sounds so gross to me, but that's okay. That's okay. So I think that's beautiful. You start with one little thing, and it's trial and error, or you sit with your energy and you figure out what works for you. I just realized that I forgot to introduce myself again. Again. I need to start setting reminders to introduce myself. So, hi, I'm Alicia McBride, empathic author and healer. I wrote a book called I Feel Too Much, a how-to guide for the beginner empath. And in that book, I talk a lot about self-care. It's step 3 in the book is titled self-care. And it gives you a lot of suggestions on what to do, like where to start. And I agree with you, Christina. Try everything. I mean, oh my gosh, in the beginning, I tried so much. Um, I tried like weird things. You talked about tapping. I thought tapping was weird at first, but you're talking about EFT tapping, right?
Yeah.
Emotional freedom. So that's called emotional freedom technique, if you're not familiar. And it's like tapping at specific meridian points on your body. And I'm doing this because there's one here. I'm tapping. So, at first I thought that was weird, but I actually really like EFT. I think it's very helpful. But I did it, and you swished oil around your mouth. So try it, do weird things. Because you just don't know what you're going to like and what you're going to vibe with, what you're going to connect with.
It doesn't have to be weird things either. It could just be putting a glass of water next to the bed or in the bathroom and committing to drinking the majority of the glass of water before you walk out of your bedroom in the morning.
Nice.
Simple, small little step that maybe some days you get the whole glass of water down, and maybe some days you're 4 sips in and you're like, gotta get out of here. And that's okay too, because at least it was there and the intention was there. And again, goes back to being gentle with yourself and taking those baby steps to build something that works for you as you work through the forward and the back and the setbacks and the all of it.
That's right. That's right. Good. Well, thanks for being here. Tell everybody what you're doing at the end of this month, because I'm so excited for you. And I would love for a couple people in this group to be there for you. Tell us what you're doing.
It's so exciting. I am hosting in person here in Morgantown, Pennsylvania, right off of the Morgantown exit, off the Pennsylvania Turnpike, Self Care September. So it is a Saturday in September for self care from 1 to 3. You can find more information about it either on social media or on my website. But I will be at the Solstice Yoga Shala hosting this event where we will have fun swag bags full of goodies to help get you started on your self-care routine. Also door prizes full of a little bit bigger self-care goodies. I will have a plethora of my own self-care stuff so that you can see the different things that I've tried and have worked for me. And maybe they'll work for you and maybe they won't. And that's okay too. But we're going to be there. There are a limited number of seats, so please, if you would like to register, do so sooner rather than later. You can find me online at Warrior Rising Fitness, both on Instagram and Facebook, or at warriorrisingfitness.com.
And where should they email you to sign up for your workshop?
Wonderful question. Warrior Rising Fitness LLC at gmail.com.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much for having me, Alicia. This was so much fun.
Yay. Thanks for being here. Thanks for talking about self-care and sharing what you do and what it looks like. And it doesn't have to be expensive. It can be if you want it, however much you want to spend, that's great. All or nothing or somewhere in between. And it's not selfish. Oh my gosh, self-care is not selfish.
No, that needs to be the new self-care September thing.
Yeah.
Self-care is not selfish.
Self-care September, it's not selfish. I promise.
Not at all.
You need it for you.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you again for being here, and we will see you guys next time. So again, my name is Alicia McBride. We were here with Christina Benz talking about self-care, and we will see you all later. Yay.